Hello, hello, hello. I am Alec and this is Alec Game Dev. Today, I am going to be showing you how to check your version of your game in Unity. So let's get started. First, let's start with the UI. What you want to do is go to the canvas, create UI panel. I'm going to call this panel loading panel. I'm going to set the background to black and bring it all the way up. And just right click in the loading panel, UI, and text Mesh Pro. I'm just going to call this loading text. What this loading panel is going to do is be a buffer between checking you have the right version and loading the game. So now we just have a simple loading screen. Obviously you can customize this however you want. In the scripts folder, I'm going to create a script called check version, drag the script onto a loading panel, and then open it. Once your script is open, you're going to want to write at the top using Unity Engine.networking. This will be what checks anything connected to the network. Now we're going to want to create a coroutine which will go onto the website and actually check the text document. So what we're going to do is IEnumerator get version, brackets, curly bracket, and then inside there we are going to want to write Unity web request. I'll use www, but you can call this whatever you want, is equal to Unity web requests dot get, and then in brackets and quotations your URL. For now I'm going to leave it blank as we'll come back to it later. Then we are going to want to yield return www.send web requests. And what this will do is wait until you have the results of your web request. Now we have sent a web request and received something, we are going to check if we have actually received something. Here we're going to want to write if www.result, which is checking if we did or did not receive something, is not equal to Unity web request.result.success, which is basically saying if we did not receive anything, we're going to just for now do debug.log to say initial web request error. Next we are going to write else, and this will be what you do to check if your version and the version on the server is the same. Inside the else statement we are going to write if www.downloadhandler.text is equal to application.version, then we're going to do this.gameObject, which is the game object this script is attached to, .setActive false. Now this will check if we do have the correct version, but if we don't have the correct version we are going to put an else in here, and this will be where we change the text to say you have the wrong version. So we're going to want to create a text variable to actually change it. So for this we are using Mesh Pro, so we are going to write using TM Pro. Then above start we are going to write public TMP underscore text, which is the loading text we made earlier, loading text, semicolon. Then inside the else statement we're going to put loading text.text is equal to you have the wrong version. For this I'm going to do /n, which will create a new line. Please update the game, and that should do it. Oh, I forgot one little thing. In the void start we are going to want to write start coroutine get version, brackets, another bracket, semicolon. Actually, what I'm also going to do is change the debug.log to say loading text.text is equal to unable to connect to the server. Please try again later. So now if we go into our loading panel and we drag our loading text onto the loading text there. So now if we try to load the game, unable to connect to the server, please try again later. But why are we unable to connect to the server? Well, because we have not actually got the server. For this we are going to use a website called Replit, which you can use to create a simple HTML website for free. So just create a free account, then once you're on Replit, on the top left click create, and I'm going to use the template HTML. I am going to give it a title of my super cool game. You can call this whatever you want and just create Replit. Now it will also give you a URL which you can use to share to anyone. In this case we'll be using it for our script. So I'm going to create a new file called gameversion.txt, which is just a text document. And in this, we are going to put a version. I'm going to use 0.3 as an example. Now, if you click this icon on the top right, open a new tab, and then in your URL /gameversion.txt, it should load a text document with your version, and that is all we need for Unity to be able to find the game. So if I copy the link, go back to Visual Studio and paste the link after the Unity web request.get and just save it. Now what I'm going to do is go to File, Build Settings, Player Settings. I'm going to change the version to 0.3 so it matches the version of the game. We are going to click play, it will load, and boom, it works. Now if I was to change the version in Replit, for example 0.4, we've updated the game now, but we have not updated the game in Unity. Try to play it, You have the wrong version of the game, please update the game. Perfect. But we've got a slight issue. What if you are in Unity and you are developing your game and you cannot test it because it's on the wrong version? Well, in the void start, we're going to write if application.isEditor this.gameObject.setActive false, just like we did if the application is correct. That is because we do not need to check if you are on the right version. This will only apply if you are actually testing the game in Unity. And else, so if you are not in Unity, paste the start call routine. It should automatically skip and instantly close the loading panel. Perfect. Now you can test your game and make people update it at your will. That is all from me. I am Alec and this is Alec Game Dev, and I'll see you all next time.